can move on and talk about Chelsea because it sounds like the Infinite Athlete could be their front of shirt sponsors. They've been the front of shirt sponsors for their pre-season matches. What do we make of that, Keith? Do you think they could be the main sponsor again for next season?
Yeah, look, I think it's, look, I don't know the details, but to me, it appears from the outside, what I would have done is what Chelsea are saying right now is that they've set a number for their shirt sponsor they want to try and achieve. They know what their target number is. And if they're not going to get it, then Infinite have come in with an offer that is lower. And so they will be second cab off the rank. And so it's going to be a gamble. And Infinite are probably putting more pressure on right now, or else they're as a partner company, they're saying, okay, we're available for you if needed. And so rather than having no sponsor, it makes sense for Chelsea to carry on that relationship and keep it going until they land the bigger one. And Infinite are still going to get, a lot of publicity and a lot of coverage in the pre-season internationally around the globe. They're going to be seen potentially. So it should be a win-win for both parties. And say if they don't land that big whale of a sponsor, then Infinite may well end up still being on the kit rather than leaving it open. I still think that would make some sense to at least have whatever price they're getting from Infinite in the Chelsea coffers.
Do you think there will be an official announcement if they are to stay as the front of shirt sponsor, or will it go under the radar? What will their sort of tactical decision be potentially to sort of advertise the fact they're staying on the kit?
Yeah, look, it's difficult because it's almost like if they do an official announcement, then it looks as though they haven't got the big sponsor they've been hoping for. And you'd think they wouldn't want to attract attention to that fact. However, Infinite, being a loyal sponsor, deserves an official announcement. And so I think that's what will happen. There'll be something dressed up around it, and I think that we will see an official announcement. But I'm guessing also that there is negotiation going on in the background with some bigger companies that could be very close. And that's my hunch, is that I think that's what will happen, is that there will be a big announcement around the start of the season, and we will see a bigger name on the Chelsea shirt.
Looking at some transfer news, Keith, there was really the big signing or potential signing of the summer, Victor Osimhen, linked from Napoli. What are your thoughts around that potential move, and what's his valuation in today's market?
Well, his release clause is 110 million, as I understand it. He's a very exciting player. Watched a lot of him, really like him, and it does seem that Lukaku to Napoli could be the make weight in getting that deal done. I've been really hoping he was going to come to the Premiership. Very excited to see him play. One of those players, I think, that would really, keep the Premiership eyeballs again going, because people will want to see him. And I've seen some of the things he's capable of. Really an exciting striker. So Chelsea, I think, would do very well to get him. I think Lukaku, being a product still of their youth academy and a Chelsea player for a long time, I think he is the perfect situation as well for Napoli. So let's hope that comes through. There will still be, if Lukaku, they're looking at somewhere like 35 to 40. That still leaves a gap to his break clause. But I think Chelsea would push the boat out for this type of player. And I think he would be one that I would say, yes, he may well be worth the money.
So picking up on that then, Keith, if we sort of follow that on, do you think they would offer, say, 50 million and Lukaku? Where could that potential end up? Or would it look more like potential add-ons? How would Chelsea try and structure that deal?
Well, if his break clause is 110, they're going to have to meet that. And it'll then depend on what the valuation of Lukaku is. If we're generous and we say Lukaku's 40, that means Chelsea have still got to find 70 million. Any add-ons on top of the 110 may be a sweetener, but they're going to have to reach 110 in cash installments in some way to get there. And so that would mean 70 plus Lukaku is one scenario, that your potential scenario we could be looking at. But that's the way it'll be structured. And Napoli know what they have on their hands. He's potentially a really big player. So I'm excited to see him if we can do.
And to sort of wrap up on that, Keith, we know obviously Cole Palmer's likely to probably play at the number 10 just behind Osimhen. How many goals do you think he would score in the Premier League? And do you think he will go toe-to-toe with Haaland in terms of the goal-scoring tally for next season if he is to sign?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm hoping will develop, is that sort of, who's going to be banging them in every week, and it's going to be a bit of a race between the two of them. That would be fantastic for the Premier League if that happened, and obviously superb for Chelsea if it happens, and with Cole Palmer as well. Look, Osimhen's he's got to be aiming for 20 goals a season. Cole Palmer's got to be aiming for 10. Chelsea suddenly could be back in the reckoning in terms of the top four places. that's what they're going to need if they get their issues at the back resolved. Midfield's looking a bit stronger. You know, finally, Todd Bowley may be getting something right and throwing money at the right area this time rather than wasting it. So also that will bring up the other players in the squad, the Mudricks and the ones that haven't really performed yet may well suddenly start improving their own performances. And so it could come right for Chelsea this season if that transaction goes through, but we're still a long way from it actually happening. But it's looking as though it's going in the right way. And look, for the Premier League's point of view, as I say, I really hope it does. It would be exciting.